What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Addicted to Madden channel. This is actually my second video, the second game I played. I played it immediately after I played the first one against the Eagles. And I called this video excessive grieving. This player gets kicked for excessive grieving at the end. I don't even know why. I've never figured out what that whole excessive grieving thing is. But anyways, I just called it that just to give this a title. Really, I'm just gonna be talking more about the game. And you saw that missed sack right there. In the last video I mentioned that there was one slight thing I didn't like, and that's the one thing. It seems like there's a lot of times you'll have a lot of missed sacks. That's the only thing that I've noticed so far where I'm just like, hey, come on, man. You know, it's Drew Brees. We're not talking about, you know, Big Ben Roethlisberger or something. We're talking about Drew Brees, and he just roughs off like a linebacker coming at him. That's but other than that, though, this is a really good game. Some of the other things I wanted to touch on, like I said, it's far more realistic than Madden has ever been. In previous Maddens, you could even with like the fourth string quarterback, you could carve up a defense as if you were Peyton Manning, but you can't do that now. Now the accuracy ratings actually matter. If a guy's deep rating is not good, then he's gonna suck throwing the ball deep. Period. You know, I mean, basically the guy would have to be wide open in order for you to get it to him. When you have a lot of pressure on you, you know, if you're about to get sacked and you try to throw it, it's probably going to be inaccurate, and that's realistic. I mean, that's the way it should be. So that's an improvement that I'm really glad that they added. So like I said, it's not as offensive as it used to be. Now it's not completely deviant of offense, but you know, you can't really it's going to be more like a real game. You're going to actually have to punt, you know, because you're going to get stopped, you know, on certain possessions, and you're going to need to punt the ball, you know. You could try to go for it, you know, like I said, you have people when it's like 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and they have their go-to plays, but that may not actually work, you know. So like I said, it's a far more realistic game, and I really like that. And let's see, what are some of the other things? The play control is completely different. When it comes to passing, when I was talking about the passing accuracy, like I usually don't do much of a pass lead, because I usually just throw the ball with no pass lead whatsoever, and then I take control of the receiver and then put him in a position to catch the ball. And that's just because of how sensitive the accuracy is. I never really know where the ball is going to go. If I pass lead a certain amount, then it's who knows where it could go. It might go all over the place, or it might go exactly where I'm expecting it to go. I think the only time that I always pass lead is if I have a player running out to the flat. Then I will pass lead him in. That way he doesn't run out of bounds. You know, that's one thing that I've definitely figured out that I have to do, because otherwise you know, their momentum will carry them out of bounds. And speaking of momentum, you know, like when running the ball, you know, you have the turbo button, but I never press the turbo button until I'm in the clear, because once you press the turbo button, you can't make any moves to the left or to the right. It's not like in the Maddens of the past and in the previous gens. You know, even with the turbo button, you can still cut left and cut right, and that's not realistic if you think about it. You know, I mean, once you commit to, you know, putting it into 5th gear, it's kind of hard to move left and right. So, and that's how it is in this game. So that's why I don't, you know, you usually don't want to press turbo until you're in the clear, and then you can finally press turbo and try to get away from your opponent. But when you're running the ball, and until you've cleared all the defenders, don't press the turbo button, because you won't be able to make any moves. There was also a feature called Protect the Sticks. So like the first down yard line, I'm sure there's been times where basically, like, if you call a zone, right? Let's say you call someone and they're in a yellow zone, and that yellow zone will basically only guard about the first, like, maybe 8 yards. Well, Protect the Sticks will have those guys drop back to wherever the first down yard line is. So that's a feature, and not just the yellow zones, but even like the flat zones. I mean, basically they will all drop to the sticks, you know. So it makes it harder for them to complete a first down. So again, that kind of discourages you from going for it on 4th down, you know. So that's another feature that I like. The tackling is it's harder for the user, but it's you know, but I usually just let the computer until I get better with my usering. I'm just gonna let the computer do that and handle that. Anyways, this video is about to wrap up here, and so I've got more coming out, and again, this is where he gets kicked. So I'll continue to go over some of the new stuff that I've been seeing in this game. Thanks for watching. Bye.